Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now yesterday I forgot to film an outro for the video on this channel, but once we got back from collecting the car part from my friend, we had a really cool steak dinner, and then I just sat down and watched telly with my girlfriend Kat for a while, and then once she went to bed I dived into doing a bit of work on my MacBook, and I sussed out my issue I was having with the video that I wanted to release yesterday where the audio was only coming out in one speaker. I basically had to sort of refresh my mind a bit about how to use the music production software that's on my MacBook, because I haven't messed around with music for ages, and I managed to create an audio file for that video that was supposed to go out yesterday where the audio is in both speakers. Now today's Saturday, so I won't be releasing that video today. They never do well when I release them on a Saturday just because everyone's busy and everyone goes out in the evening, so that will go up tomorrow. And today I'll be getting the same modification made to that part that we picked up yesterday as we had made to the similar part that turned out to be wrong last Saturday. So today's going to be a bit of a deja vu, but that's how it goes. Now, in terms of my morning, I didn't get up at the right time this morning. I ended up basically laying in bed with Kat until 9 a.m. Now, I'm not beating myself up about it too much because, it's not as bad as during the week when I know I need to get up early and when Kat's gone to work, and then, I allow my lazy mind to keep me in bed. This morning, it's a Saturday. I was laying in bed with my girlfriend. It's not the end of the world, but I do acknowledge the fact that it was partly due to my lazy mind, keeping me in bed. And I acknowledge that now, going through my morning routine, there's a bit of reluctance there because I've started the day sort of giving in to the lazy side of my mind. But once I got up at 9, I did start going through my daily routine. And apologies that it's so repetitive that I just list the things I do in the morning. But, the point is, for me, with this stuff, with self-improvement, it's all about doing everything every day. So, I have to drill this stuff into myself. So I don't want to start worrying about how the beginning of the videos are very repetitive, because every day I mention that when I wake up I have loads of water and I have some salt water to replenish the salt that I would have lost during the night, and then I have my vitamin C that I dissolve in water, then I brush my teeth, then I write in my journal, then I have my meditation session, and then I go for a walk around the block. Because I believe that all these healthy things that I now do only work because I do them every day. So many people, they'll start like a fad or have a health kick, and then a couple of weeks later they're back to square one, and you basically lose all the benefits unless you continue to do things every day. That's what I find. And mentally as well, I find that if I stop doing something for any length of time, it's like starting again. You have to sort of like give yourself a kick up the backside to get going again. A good example of that is my boxing. Obviously I've got my injured little toe on my left foot, and I had a good couple of weeks off of boxing, and in an ideal world I shouldn't go back to boxing until it's healed, but I'm worried that it'll be so hard for me to get back into it, which is why I decided to go 2 days ago when it hasn't healed yet, but I can just about hobble through a session. In regards to my foot, me and Kat have kind of come to a conclusion that it is broken now, because it has been, just over 2 weeks. It is still swollen. It does still hurt, but, luckily that toe doesn't look like it's at the wrong angle or anything, and it is the little toe. So, as long as I don't damage it anymore, it should heal up fine. Maybe it'll heal a bit slower than if I was staying off it completely. But as I say, for my mind, I have to keep doing what I'm doing, just through fear of, giving up. Like my walk around the block. Just went for my walk around the block, and at first it was really, really hurting. And then, I'm just sort of like keeping off the outside of that foot. And it's still hurting because my trainer's leaning against it, but luckily, because it's my little toe, I don't have to actually put the weight on it. But yeah, like it sort of doesn't get any worse. It hurts a bit when you start walking, and then towards the end of the walk it actually felt better. So yeah, I don't think it's that drastic, me continuing to use it carefully. And to be honest, I was actually thinking about this as I was walking around the block. There were times where, when I used to go out and use cocaine and walk around the streets all night, when my girlfriend was doing night shift, there were times where I'd be walking so many miles that, my trainer would just be rubbing up against the back of my heel. And, when you're on cocaine, you don't feel pain, right? You've got adrenaline rushing through your system and, you're high. And, a lot of the times I'd get myself into states where I'd jump in loads of cabs and just get them to drop me in random towns. Like I used to go out and spend hundreds of pounds on cabs, just going on an adventure, thinking I'm living the dream. And then eventually my battery would run out on my phone, my money would run out, and I'd end up having to walk just for miles and miles and miles and miles. And then I'd end up, having a whole week of, having pains in my calves, or, sometimes having sort of the skin rubbed away on the back of my heel. So, today I was kind of thinking how, what, if I'm causing myself a little bit of pain in my foot for healthy reasons, then so be it, after all them times where I've literally caused myself damage and pain, on these stupid walks that I used to go on. So, and I've said before that, what, a bit of suffering, a bit of healthy suffering is a good thing, in my opinion, on a daily basis, especially for a man. So look, now I am back from my walk. It's now coming up to 10:15 and I need to crack on with some exercises. Then I'm going to have my cold shower, and then I'll be having my healthy breakfast along with all my other supplements that I have every day. Now, in terms of my exercises, my body is aching everywhere, and I want to do arms and chest in the gym today with Kat. We failed to go to the gym yesterday. So I want to sort of look after my arms and my chest and my shoulders and stuff. And I think I'm just going to focus on abs again. And I know I did that yesterday, so it's a bit repetitive, but it still counts. So I'm going to crack on with it. Alright, so after my cold shower and my breakfast earlier, me and Kat headed out and I went over to my friend's workshop, who's a mechanic, for him to carry out a modification to a part that, I can now fit to the car that's at home tomorrow, and realistically think about getting that car back on the road. And I've obviously been filming today as part of the next car video, and I'll be continuing that video when I fit that part. Now, in yesterday's video, I mentioned that I was determined today to get me and Kat to the gym early. It just keeps happening where not only am I getting to the gym late when I go near enough every day, but, Kat only goes a couple of times a week. And because she's so supportive and she understands how busy I am and stuff, she's always waiting around so that we can go to the gym together. Yesterday, we didn't end up going to the gym, and today the plan was to get to the gym early. And you know what? It is only 25 to 6, so it is earlier than we have been going to the gym more recently. But this evening, we're supposed to be meeting up with Kat's parents for a firework display that's at the allotment that her parents have a couple of plots on. And that, I think, is supposed to be at either 7 or 7:30. They're letting the fireworks off. So, we are really, pushed for time. Kat's just gone into the gym now to go and get ready. I managed to quickly change, when we just went home. But yeah, we are pushed for time. Kat takes a good half an hour to have a shower and stuff after the gym because she's got to dry her hair and stuff. So yeah, yet again, because she's being so supportive and patient with my busy life, she is now in a position where she hasn't really got enough time to go to the gym. And do you know what? When we were making our way back home to grab our gym stuff, I did start getting negative thoughts, and I even started saying crazy things. I was saying to Kat, I can't keep doing this to you. I can't keep, it's not fair. You keep going to the gym late. And obviously she's really supportive. So she's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I won't go to the gym today. And I was like, no, we're going to make it happen. And yeah, I'm just sort of, regretting big time that, I keep sort of allowing my life to get in the way of hers, blowing it all out of proportion, but I have got a point. But yeah, then started saying crazy things like, right, that's it, from now on we're just gonna do our things separately during the day. And yeah, it's just ridiculous. We're a team, we're a couple at the end of the day. And yeah, I wouldn't be able to live the life that I'm living without her. And as I say, she is really supportive about the life that I live. But yeah, it was just another example of where my mind was trying to creep in and make things seem way worse than they are. You know, I have got to work better on my timekeeping and stuff, and try not to make my busy life affect, you know, Kat's life negatively. But at the same time, I need to not allow my mind to, you know, start telling me that my whole world is falling apart, you know, because that's not going to make me improve my timekeeping anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. I now need to get in the gym, and yeah, we're going to bang out this session as quick as we can. I'm on arms and chest, but I did do bicep curls and seated dips the other day with Kat. So, you know, if I have to cut my session short, I can, you know, miss out on the seated dips potentially. And then I'll be following up with some arms and chest tomorrow morning anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to do what I can. I'm going to be on the exercise bike as a warm-up. I think Kat said she wants to go on the treadmill today, which is fine. And I think if I go on the exercise bike, I'm just going to bang out 3 miles instead of 5, but just go, you know, really intense. So yeah, I'm going to get in there and get this session done. All right, session done. Just got to wait for my beautiful girlfriend to finish drying her hair, and then we're going to go and check out this fireworks display. Hopefully we'll get there before they finish the fireworks. But yeah, you know, inevitably that was just a rushed session that I've done. But you know what? A rushed session is better than not going at all. And although part of me, you know, is going to feel bad that, you know, as I mentioned before the gym, that, you know, I'm kind of hindering my girlfriend's life just because of my busy days and the fact that she's so supportive in everything I'm doing. You know, I am going to be naturally feeling a bit bad about that, but you know what? It's not going to help me by dwelling on things like that. Yes, I should keep that in mind in future situations, because that might help me, you know, be a bit better with my time, and then not put myself in a position where I'm regretting wasting my girlfriend's time. But worrying about what happened earlier right now isn't going to do me any favours, you know. It's all about living in the present moment. The present moment is that, you know, we did go to the gym. All right, it was a bit rushed, but it is what it is, and we move forward. But yeah, as always, whenever I get out of the gym, I'm feeling good. And yeah, just loving getting stronger and stronger day by day. Like, it is awesome. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting to these fireworks in time somehow. Alright, it's now 10 to 2 in the morning, and I didn't want this to be another video that I forgot to film an outro for. But yeah, basically, once we got back from the fireworks, I had a chicken breast just on its own. I did eat, you know, a couple of burgers at the fireworks, but I felt like I wanted to get another dose of protein in, so I had a chicken breast and a protein yogurt. And then yeah, me and Kat just sat and watched telly for a bit, and when she went to bed, I dived into getting some more work done. I really should have gone to bed by now, to be honest. You know, I did have a bit of a lie-in this morning, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get up super early tomorrow. It is Sunday tomorrow, but I've got a busy day planned, and yeah, getting up early is just going to mean that I'm going to get more stuff done. Yeah, just got to try and chip away as much of it as I can in the morning, and then we're going to see the winner of my recent raffle in the afternoon, and then later on in the afternoon we're going to be going to Kat's parents for dinner, I think. And it's about time I had a haircut and a beard trim. So yeah, it's going to be a really busy day again tomorrow. But yeah, today was an awesome day. You know, there still seems to be things that just keep getting in the way in my life. You know, today I really thought that I got out early-ish, and you know, it looked like I was going to get everything done and still go to the gym early and still have plenty of time to get to this fireworks. And yeah, it just wasn't to be. And then that sort of allowed my mind to come in with negativity, and I sort of got into a semi state. But lately, luckily, because I've been in such a good place mentally, when I do get into these states, they're not really states. I'm not losing control. It's just me listening to what my mind's doing, and being able to see it for what it is. And I'm so grateful when that happens, and I am able to stop myself fully going down a negative path, like quite frankly most people do in the world. Most people are just driven by their mind. They think they are their mind, whereas me, the way I look at my mind as a separate entity, that is weird in the world. I'm the weird one, because I'm able to see my mind for what it is and not get overtaken by it most of the time. But yeah, I was kind of feeling bad earlier, and that it's unfair that Kat is having to go to the gym late and having to rush her gym sessions just because I've got a busy life. But you know what, if I take a step back from it, and when I talk to Kat about it, she is just really supportive, and she's more bothered about me feeling bad about the situation than about not going to the gym. And that she's not that bothered about going to the gym late. I wouldn't say she's not bothered. She'd much prefer to go to the gym early, but she'd much more prefer than that me not feeling bad about it. So look, we are a team. It is what it is. I'm grateful to be living this life with her. I'm grateful to be living this clean life. It's now coming up to 300 days. I'm on 299 days now clean from drink and drugs. I do get messages from people, and there was a comment recently as well, people saying, why do I bang on about how hard life used to be, how bad life was when I was drinking and taking drugs? Why don't I move forward? Look, the reality is, for years and years and years, I went round in circles, and I was able to give up drinking drugs, live a healthy lifestyle, very temporarily. And then it's when I sort of forget about the bad times, forget how bad things can get, when I think I've moved forward, that is when my mind comes in and trips me up. It comes through the back door and starts persuading me that I'm okay to go and have some fun. I deserve to let my hair down. And, it many times it's just led me to be back to square one, back drinking, back taking drugs, being a degenerate, and just living an unhealthy life. So that is why I now take my approach that I have been for the last 299 days, and it is really working, where I will constantly remind myself of how bad things can get. I will constantly listen to my mind when it is trying to creep in and persuade me to go down an alley that leads to them dark times. So look, that's the way that I'm living my life nowadays, and for the last 299 days I've proved that it works. So it's not me banging on about it. It's not me feeling sorry for how life was. I'm grateful that I'm living this life. Part of me feels that I don't deserve to be living this life because of the way that I have lived, but if I can keep working hard at it and also inspire other people to improve their physical and mental health along the way, then yeah, maybe I do deserve to live this happy, clean life. But look, it is nearly 2 a.m. I need to get to bed so that I've got a better chance of getting up early in the morning. But as always, massive thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Hope this video has been somewhat helpful or motivational. Feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat, or get in touch through the usual channels. All the links to everything will be in the description as usual. But other than that, I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.